Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a very different kind of video than the ones I'm used to posting. Obviously, there are videos that I post just to make a small percentage of the community happy. Crystal openings do almost nothing in terms of numbers on YouTube anymore, at least from my experience. There used to be a golden age of crystal openings on YouTube where you could post a 5-star basic crystal opening and have it be at 5,000 views in a day, which was insane. I didn't get it, but I loved it. And then as crystal shards became more and more fresh into the game, leading to the current modern times of the Valiant players guaranteeing themselves a 6-star champion just from spending $100 every couple weeks, it feels like crystal openings altogether, outside of 7 stars, are going to be almost irrelevant for YouTube. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to commentate important openings for people who aren't Valiant or can't afford the $100 every 2 weeks, because that's still got to be a small percentage of the community. The Valiant percentage of the community as a whole has to be less than 10%. I feel like it's closer to like 5% of the community at this point. So many people are Paragon and just waiting for that second rank 3 7-star. I just know so many people. But that kind of leads us to the topic of this channel, because there are some people who in November could not justify or didn't have access to the money for Cyber Weekend, so they could do one run of Necropolis, the quote-unquote easy path to get one rank 2 to rank 3 7-star rank up gem, but they don't have the time or the skills or the money to explore it, so they can't get the second one and couldn't buy all the Cyber Weekend offers. And since then, we have been so poor as a economy of a game that relies now around tier 4 alpha catalyst fragments. We've been so poor as to essentially be held hostage, for lack of a better term, by Kabam's unwillingness to make that resource more available quickly. And, long term, it might be the right decision, but this is where this video really takes an importance, because we have these daily cards right now. Like, I got the Valiant card for $20. It was a fantastic deal. 140% of a tier 6 class catalyst once the 14 days are all said and done, along with a small amount of Titan crystal shards and tier 4 alpha. 10% of one, it's really not going to add up to much over the course of a long run. But of course, if you're Paragon, you also didn't get access to that, so you didn't even get that. So you're just starved for it. And because spring cleaning is usually around April, and July 4th is, well, around July 4th, the first couple months of this game have historically been a time where people who are burnt out take a break. And 2024 is no different. But let's say you want to boycott the game for a month. You think, I don't even know what's going on in February of MCOC. I know that they've got a live stream coming up on Friday where they're probably going to get people to try to be excited about the roadmap in the next couple months so that people don't take a break. And of course, if they take a break, they don't spend any money, and that's terrifying for Kabam. And they also give you reasons to log in every day to at least get 2 daily crystals, and once a week the Legend Celebration crystal, as well as other free goodies depending on side quest rewards and everything else. But the brilliance of that 100-day daily card, which was very inexpensive given that it covers over 3 months, is that it kind of takes the place of the double track event, where you think, I bought this. If I take a month off from the game, I am only hurting myself and not getting the value of the thing I bought. So I think my advice for those of you out there who've contacted me, and there's been quite a few people who are either literally promising they're going to step away for a while, or they're at least going to just log in and log out. They're going to go alliance-less or go to a retired alliance where you don't have to do alliance quests. Maybe you're doing like map 3 or map 4, where just a couple people can clear all the map over the course of a day. I think that's kind of the best way to go about this if you've already bought the 100-day card, because then you're not shooting yourself in the foot, so to speak, with just hurting the value of your cash that obviously you can't get refunded unless you walk away from the game altogether, and you're cool with negative units leading to your account being deleted. Or at least that's how it's been in the past, where people have said, Prof, I was in negative unit jail. I refused to pay to get out of it because it was what I considered to be unethical. And then my login credentials were taken away because the account was in negative unit jail, to the point that Kabam just decided to delete it. And once they delete the account from their servers, you never get it back. It ceases to exist. It's like deleting a file off your computer's desktop. And because they control the server space and it is their sandbox. We're just playing in it. We don't own any of this stuff. And if they choose tomorrow to say, we're not going to give you access to your account, it doesn't matter what kind of argument you have. You have no ability to get back into it. And sometimes Kabam really doubles down on it and contacts Google Play or Apple. So let's say you know your account's about to be banned. You try to get refunds. They decline the ability to get refunds from your purchases, and then you're just in Kabam hell, essentially. So I'm not saying you want to be in that extreme of things, but I get if Cyber Weekend and gifting and just life burned you out to the point that you need to take a break. But that's the beauty of the 100-day Valiant daily card. I also think it's what Kabam needs to do to re-excite the community. You don't re-excite a burnt out community by threatening to nerf your most popular champion in Hercules. You don't re-excite a community by being a gaslighter and somebody that enjoys mocking your own players on public forums or on Twitter/X. And yet that's what we've seen in the last week from some employees at Kabam, or at least one in particular, Mr. Michael, who I don't think I'm going to say Kabam Mike for now. I think I'm just going to say Michael, because I feel like I'm talking to one of my students who I had to file an academic alert for because he was unethical and he didn't acknowledge his accountability, and so there is no learning, and therefore he is stuck and cannot pass my class until he either is accountable or retakes the class. And Kabam Mike, I feel like until you own up to your own words, you're just going to be looked at as somebody who can't actually be ethical. And that is an issue for a gaming community that relies on character and the ability for the people who run the game to do the right thing. So, Valiant Daily Card, 100 days. Really good plan to get people to still log in this dull period. But at the same time, if you're ready to just take a break, I totally get it. I have said for the last couple years now, going back to even the flirtation of the rumor of 7 stars, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, if I wasn't so heavily involved in so many different groups and subgroups in this community, if I wasn't reliant on this community, honestly, for like social time, it's really exciting, regardless of revenue, to know that I can hang out with a bunch of awesome people every night when I come home after a long day of work, or with some personal stresses and challenges in my own life outside of the game or work. It's a fantastic escape. And if I stopped making content, I would miss that escape with people I care about seeing every night way more than the revenue. I can always get another job and make more revenue, but I can't connect with legendary people from all over the world who have a similar interest as easily as I have in this community. I've found my niche. And once you find that, it's just important to hold on to it as long as possible. If you have to take a break, I get it, but at least log in every day to not shoot yourself in the foot and lose the ability to maximize that 100-day daily Valiant card if you get it. It was a brilliant move by Kabam to give us this, but I also get why so many people are burned out.